Hitler was elected. George W. Bush wasn't even elected, but Adolf Hitler was elected because he was a popular leader. He offered a simple solution. He says, here's what needs to happen. We need to strike a hammer, get fascism in here, get the government in control, and then, then we'll be able to solve our problems. So that's the fear with the Tea Party movement. I am sympathetic to them because, I myself, for the last 8 years, I grew up Republican, and then I see George W. Bush represent the exact opposite of everything I believe. So I have, no party. I've got no party to go to. And I have been protesting for the last 8 years of George W. Bush and this illegal invasion of Iraq. He's a war criminal. And the further we continue, if you're walking down the road and it's the wrong road, if you're supposed to go north and I start walking south, it's never too late to turn back around. In fact, the quicker that I turn around, the better the quicker I'll get to my destination. If I keep going south, I'll never get there until I walk all the way around the globe. So, I am sympathetic to the protesters. I think it's people power. I think people do need to get out of their chairs, and they do need to shake their fist at the government officials, and we need to shake our fist at the government officials who are the most corrupt, who are doing the most damage. And we need to replace them. It is election season in Kentucky, so lots of people's are getting antsy. I bet the elected officials are probably looking over their shoulders everywhere they go, and they got to be careful with everything they say and everything they do, because any small little slip up could turn into something. Could be magnified into something really big. So she says that screaming, shouting, name-calling, emotional outbursts don't solve the problem. I think they do. I think what they do. I think that's the only way that government officials will actually be held accountable. As long as they're allowed to go into these city meetings and government meetings and county meetings and state meetings and federal meetings without us even paying attention, without us, nobody even making sure that they're held accountable, which there isn't. There isn't enough public support for government. People aren't paying attention. People would rather just control what they can in their own personal spheres, and there is no sense of community. There is no connectedness. So that's a problem. It's bad enough that the leaders are corrupt and that they're stealing from the people and that they're robbing and they're not doing what what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to fight for the public and not the corporations. So instead of being bought and paid off, the public could be in the courtroom to make sure that they are heard, make sure that their viewpoints and that their officials and their leaders understand that they are there for them. And if you don't see somebody, it's hard. It just makes me think, like, whenever I'm doing something, if I just put something on my own to-do list, okay, wash dishes, well, I could get it done right then and there. I could put it off for several hours. Now, if somebody asks me to do something, hey, could you, mail this letter? Okay, sure, I'll mail that letter. Now, who knows if that's going to get done? If that person doesn't call back to check to verify that I'd actually sent that mail out, I said yeah. Am I doing it right there, right then, that second? Am I going to put this off? Is this not going to get done for another month? I said yes. But you don't actually know the other person until, unless you know me and you get into a relationship with me. But just from the phone call, I said that I was going to do it. You don't know if it happened. And so you have to call them back. Same thing with government officials. If you want internet for everybody, and a leader says, yes, I'm going to do that, and next month it doesn't happen, you go back to them and say, hey, let's get some internet for everybody. Well, oh, I'm working on that, I'm busy, I got lots of things to do. Well, I'm busy too, and I think it's a good idea. If you're not going to do it, at least tell me that you're not going to do it. That way I can do all the legwork and do everything that I can do on my end in order for it to get done. But if you're not honest with me, then it's like, so I'm looking for this false promise. I'm thinking, okay, this is going to get done, and I'm looking forward to it getting done. I think it would be great for everybody. Government can actually reach out to the people, talk to the people immediately. Here's the message, this is what's going on. That's the beauty of the new media, of the new technology we're starting to see. So I think we should use that for better government, for better, more accountability, and for more transparency, and just for more, communication. Just to say, okay, we're going to have a recycling program at the end of every month. It's over here at the county barn. Get your stuff, go there on Saturday, and we're going to get it all, we're going to get it all taken care of. Immediately, the entire public knows that's happening, that's going on, and if they want to participate in that program, it would work. So, a good man, a good, honest man, has nothing to worry about. A good, honest person who's fighting for the public, who's on tape and who's reaching out for the people, if they are genuine in their motivations, if they really care for the community at large, then they have nothing to worry about. Go ahead, tape record me all you want. My voices, my opinions, but they all stem from the exact same thread, the exact same motivation. I did go to college, but I was also a working person, and I've been a working person for all my life. And actually, that's the only way anything will get done, is if you work, is if you construct it, if you build it. Because if you don't do that, it won't get done. So work, labor is the only way anything ever gets done. It should be valued and highly respected. But that's where my motivation comes. As a working person, I know that it's tough. It's a struggle out there. You're not making enough money. You're underappreciated. You're doing a lot of bull crap that sucks, that most people would not want to do just for your money. So, and people who work 40 hours a week, they come home, they sit down, they turn on the tube or talk to their kids, kiss their wife, read the paper, what's on the front page, and then go to bed. They don't have time to stay and check out the politicians and to make sure that they're all doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I understand that too. So, there's a lot of struggles, there's a lot of difficulties that confront working people, not just their own circumstances, and the fact that most of their working time is away from their home life, is at a company. And so when they're at that company, they should be well compensated. If you're working 40 hours a week, you should be making more than poverty level. If you're working 40 hours a week, you should be taken care of. You're doing your part for society. If you're working 40 hours a week, then you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So you need your health care, you need your education, you need your roads, you need all these things to be done and handled. You need them to be there, and you need them to be done in the most efficient way possible. It's your tax dollars. Government should hold onto their money more. They should pinch their pennies more so than how much the people pinch our own pennies, because the government's using the people's money. So I am sympathetic to the Tea Party movement. They are, they are working people, and they want to know why their lives are so crummy. I mean, heck, there's a Tea Party person right here, Chuck Estridge from Williamstown, and he's going on and on about everything that Glenn Beck and Rush Limbaugh, all their talking points. He pretty much nailed every one of their talking points. I mean, this article's stupid. And he's completely misinformed. He's pissed. He wants to know why his life is so crummy. And the reason why his life is so crummy is because the economy is bad and leaders have not been doing what they're supposed to be doing. Instead of getting mad at Obama, he should, turn around and get mad at some of these local officials who he has more control to do something about. And Terry Peebles is a Democratic candidate for jailer right now, and he's the deputy jailer. He's a shift commander. Yeah, so he's already in there. He knows what's going on. I think he represents a very credible threat to the current jailer, whoever that is. And